how they nerfed Snake's butt.
Yeah, so...
What? I
guess
I haven't played in a long time.
Well, yeah, so...
Is that the R-rated DLC?
No.
Hey everyone, welcome to the All Chat Gaming Podcast, and we are joined with Tanner,
Ryan,
and Nick.
All right, we don't have Keefen with us today because he is in New York.
I didn't know where he was. I thought you were gonna ask me to say it. Like, Nick, where is he?
No,
I don't know.
I don't know. Nick, aren't you his keeper?
No.
Okay, yeah, no, he's on vacation, and we might never have him back. But that means that we get to record in my fancy bedroom instead of his crappy, living room.
So fancy.
Mm-hmm. So
it looks
fancy.
Very fancy. It's like we're in Dubai or something,
Too fancy.
Yeah, but we're here. I mean, you see it on video. It's gonna be on the internet.
Video proof.
So it's true.
So it's everything you see on the internet is real.
Yep. Okay, so let's start out with what we've played this week. I'm going to go first because I've been playing a lot of Prince of Persia: Sands of Time.
Hey, it's right there.
Yeah.
On your computer screen. Sorry, we're sitting in front of his computer.
Yeah. So, Prince of Persia: Sands of Time was one of my favorite games on PlayStation 2 when I was younger. Did you guys play it?
I did not, despite you telling me to.
Which console was it on?
PlayStation.
PS2.
1?
2.
2? No, I haven't played it then.
Okay, so what's funny about this game is it's like 40% fighting, maybe even like 35%, and then the rest is like parkour puzzles. So it's really fun.
So it's kind of like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, however, I don't know. I think Assassin's Creed has better story, better lore, and sometimes even better gameplay. But there's something about Prince of Persia that just,
It's because there's time involved.
Maybe. Yeah, there's that. For example, like if you miscalculate a jump and you have enough sands of time in your dagger, then you can, revert like, yeah. You can also do that during fights, but you only have so much sand to work with. So what's interesting about Prince of Persia is that it actually, when I played it and I finished it, I liked it so much and I thought the story was great. And I said, you know what, this would make a great movie. And it was.
And then it wasn't a good movie.
It was a good movie.
I liked it.
Yeah.
It may have just been to do with the girl that's in it, but...
No, see, like...
I don't remember the movie, actually. It's been like 10 years since I've seen it.
If you watch it again... So, I mean, as far as video game movies go, it's definitely one of the best. It actually was successful. It wasn't a flop. It did get fairly good reviews. It didn't blow anyone out of the water, but... it definitely held its own, and I think part of that is because it didn't try to be the video game. It tried to be its own movie, and it took elements from it. It took the basic storyline, but it wasn't trying to cater to the video game audience. I mean, it's not like it was a huge audience anyway. I think that they actually just saw how well it did, and it had a pretty good storyline, and went from there. They didn't try to recreate video game in movies, kind of like they did with the Doom movie, or...
There was a Doom movie?
Yeah.
yeah, I heard about that, but I never saw it.
Was it like in the 90s?
No, it was 2000s. It had Dwayne Johnson in it.
Like, how recent was it?
Well, fairly a while ago, but...
Okay.
Not 90s.
Huh. Because, like, I wonder, because a Doom game came out in 2016... But it's probably before that, right? The movie came out before 2016.
Yes.
So it's probably based off of like the original Doom games.
The original.
Not that they're that much different from the original Doom games, but
anyway. So I just thought it was cool that I, called it. I was like, this would make a great movie. And then when I saw the preview for that in movie theaters, I was speechless. I was so happy. Movie was pretty good. It didn't. It didn't shatter my expectations, but it also, I enjoyed it.
For a video game movie, I mean, that's way beyond what other video game movies accomplish.
Yep.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anyway, so that's pretty much all I played.
I guess I'll go next. I played some Heroes of the Storm again. Played some Overwatch. I have been continuing with Final Fantasy 13-2. This week I did start a new game. It was a game that I thought was going to be pretty similar to Doki Doki, so it's another visual novel game, but it's called Crimson Gray, where you are a guy being stalked by a yandere girl.
Okay, so is it like Yandere Simulator, but like just reversed?
No,
like from the guy's perspective.
It's a visual novel.
Right. But is it
Like,
well, yeah, okay.
because like in Doki Doki, you are the guy too.
Okay.
But in this game, you are given way more options, and pretty much every decision that you make has some kind of like all of your decisions matter. Like in Doki Doki, how like you could make one decision like which girl you would talk to first, and it wouldn't really make that much of a difference.
True.
In this game, pretty much all of your decisions have some kind of like bearing as to how the game turns out, because there's so many different endings in this game.
Okay.
And I looked into it. There's at least 25 different ways to end the game, and cause you can get, well, without spoiling it too much, like the game can be as quick as like 10 minutes, or it can take as long as half an hour, 40 minutes. So it was $10, so I felt like it was maybe a little pricey, but maybe I'm just a little cheap. And for a visual novel game, but I mean, it looks like there was a lot of work, at least story and decision wise making, because like the artwork and stuff, I mean, yeah, it's pretty good and everything, but it wasn't like.
Was the artwork better than Doki Doki?
No.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it was worse either. Different maybe, but I wouldn't say it definitely wasn't better.
Okay. Question. Now Doki Doki was a good game in of itself, just because of the twists and how it went. But let's be honest about why some people play Doki Doki and games like this is because they like role playing this guy who is with these girls that are infatuated with him. Does it take the same type of?
That's the thing that I like about it better too, because like the main character isn't just your typical like guy who has a girl that's obsessed with him, because he is actually fighting clinical depression.
Just like in Doki Doki. What the heck?
Well,
No, the guy.
I know. I'm just saying depression is in it.
Yeah. But and so the decisions that you make can either end up being good for you or good for the girl, or catastrophic for both parties.
You can't have both. Good for both of you. You can't have.
Oh
that?
yeah, you can.
Okay.
Where it's good for both of you. But that's the thing too, is that the decisions you make can be good can be very, very good or very, very bad. And it was interesting because I played through the game twice yesterday, and the first playthrough, I think it ended up good-ish for me and bad for the girl, and the second time I looked up a kind of a strategy, or not a strategy guide, but kind of like a walkthrough, and I was able to get the best ending. But there are so many different outcomes for that game, so I mean, that's cool.
Okay.
And it doesn't get like all meta like Doki Doki does. It's just strictly a visual novel. It doesn't try to mess with you at all.
How long does it take to do one playthrough?
Like I said, it depends on the choices you make.
Is it shorter than Doki though? I'm just saying, because if there's 25 and people want to play through them a lot, like, is it daunting to start over again?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not, because one playthrough of Doki can take half an hour, 40 minutes maybe.
You played it more than me, so I guess.
It's been a while though since I played Doki Doki. But yeah, I would say this game is shorter. Like, it has the potential to be shorter, and then even the longest path takes maybe half an hour.
Okay. All right.
So,
Fun.
That's what I did.
Nick.
Nice. Well, this week I actually dove into a game I already finished, but there was DLC added for it. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch. Once again, I'm talking about the Nintendo Switch.
How recent is this DLC? Just like
It
barely?
came out in December of last year.
Oh.
I just never gotten around to it because I got so burnt out from the main game. Because I had over 100 hours clocked into the game when the DLC came out. And I was getting so sick of the game. And it's ironic to hear me say that I'm sick of a Zelda game, but like 100 hours of Zelda, man, I know.
It's his trademark.
But I wanted to take a break from the game because I wanted to play other games on my Switch. I don't want to
like the other Zelda game.
Yeah. No, there is no other Zelda game.
No, the
Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, the Hyrule Warriors game? Yeah. Okay, that's a different game, different genre, different
Zelda.
kind of game, but Zelda. But no, I wanted to play other stuff on my Switch because I didn't want to feel like my Switch was a Zelda machine, which it kind of was for basically a year. But now I went back to it and I played some of the DLC, and the DLC was called The Champion's Ballad. So in Breath of the Wild, there are 4 champions that you have to rescue, or not rescue, but like you have to defeat the dungeon. So context. Spoilers, but it's been a year, so if you haven't played the game, get over it. In Breath of the Wild, the 4 main dungeons are called Divine Beasts, and they're piloted by these champions, and they have...
Now we ruined it for me.
Yep. Sorry.
Just kidding, sorry.
I guess. And they're piloted by these champions to try and stop Calamity Ganon, or Ganondorf, as most people know him. And the champion... There's 4 champions, one from each like race of of Hyrule. There's the Gerudos, the Zora, the Rito, and the Gorons.
The Klingons.
Not the Klingons. And so each of the 4 champions are one person from each of those places. And the Champion's Ballad is about them, kind of. Like, you do learn about them in the main story of the game, but this gives you more context about them, and it gives you more, info about them. You get to see more memories of them. Because Breath of the Wild's story is told through memories. And because you wake up 100 years after you're put to sleep, or Link is put to sleep, so you get to learn more about them and how they interacted with Zelda and how Zelda recruited them to pilot the Divine Beasts.
Okay.
And
I was going to say, that's strangely close to Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories.
Is it?
Yeah. Anyway.
I didn't know that.
Is it 100 years in the future, though, for that one? I didn't think it
Nope.
was that
It's
far.
probably not really a
Yeah, one year.
timeline, but anyway. So the DLC unlocked like 12 or so more shrines, which are those mini dungeons. So you have to go to each area and like do some puzzles to unlock the shrines so that you can go back to the Divine Beasts, and you have to fight the main bosses again, because you fight them first in the main story and you have to go fight them again. And then you unlock this memory of the champion and you get to learn more about them. So there's a character in the game called Cass. He's a Rito who plays the accordion, and he like writes songs.
So what's a Rito?
It's the bird people from Wind Waker.
Oh.
Yeah. And so he's a Rito that is a traveling musician, and he had a teacher who served on the Hyrule Royal Court when Zelda was alive. I mean, she didn't die, but back before Calamity Ganon came, and he wanted to finish his teacher's song about all the champions, and so that's kind of what the DLC is. You help him finish them by doing these dungeons and unlocking the memories. And the coolest part about the DLC is the end, because there's one final boss fight. Again, more spoilers. So in each shrine, there's like these old ancient Sheikah monks that give you power from the goddess Hylia, and they look like they're dead. But the final boss of this DLC, the Sheikah monk guy gets up and he starts fighting you. Like it's the final ultimate trial for Link. Like he has to beat the Sheikah monk guy, and he can like become really big, and he can like multiply himself like Naruto, and he just has all these abilities, and it's a really long fight too. Like he has a ton of health, and it was hard.
Okay. Okay.
I thought you were going to say the best part of it was the motorcycle.
Ryan, I'm getting to that. Come on. I'm trying to give them context here.
Oh.
Well, and yeah, he gave us context. Now I'm ready to hear about this motorcycle.
Yeah. So the reward for beating the monk is the Master's Cycle 0 is what it's called. And basically what it is you can use the Sheikah Slate, which is the main item in the game that allows you to do some of your abilities like the bombs and stuff. And you can use it to summon this motorcycle, and you can ride it across Hyrule. Yeah.
No, actually, that does.
Don't act so
cool.
surprised. But it's one of the best rewards I've ever gotten in a game, because it's just so ridiculous that in a Zelda game I'm riding a motorcycle. Because like Zelda takes place in like medieval times, like, and ironically, Breath of the Wild is probably the most futuristic Zelda because of all the technology you find, but I'm just riding a motorcycle across Hyrule, and you can run over everything. Like, you can run over enemies, you can run over horses, you can run over everything.
Or you can jump off and do tricks with your bow.
You can jump off and do tricks with your bow, and it's like, it's one of the funnest things I've ever played in a Zelda game. And I'm so sad that the DLC was only like 10 hours, because I wanted more. But now I can ride around Hyrule on a motorcycle, and I'm satisfied. Took me all week to beat it, but yeah, that's what I played this week. It was a lot of fun.
Fun. Well, all right. So
I don't know if I should. I probably should do some shout out. I mean, the reason I played Crimson Gray was because there's this YouTuber that I occasionally the guy who I watched mostly for the Doki Doki videos. Bijou Mike, yeah, he was the one who started playing Crimson Gray.
Of course he would.
No, of course he would. Yeah.
Doki Doki. That's what shot him up to 1 million subscribers. And so he would play something like this because his audience is more about that. So, shout out to you.
Wait, so is it
Mike.
Anime then? The Crimson Gray? It's an anime visual novel?
Yeah.
Or, because I don't think all visual novels are anime.
Well,
every single one.
Well, this one's anime-ish.
I guess if it has a yandere in it, then...
Is that how you pronounce it? Yandere? I would say yandere.
Yandere.
Yandere is like the white way to pronounce it.
Yandere sounds like you're speaking Spanish. Is that... It's not Spanish, right?
It's Japanese.
Google, no. Where's the mouse?
It's turned off.
Oh.
You can Google on your phone.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's how it's pronounced. Like, that's how the Japanese say it. I mean, it's not exactly how they say it, but... Oh, he was charging your phone computer.
And it makes noise. Sorry about that. Okay, so while he's Googling that...
No, I have something.
Oh, okay.
So, let's I guess maybe our audience knows, but I don't necessarily know what a yandere is. I kind of do. But, like, what is a yandere in, like, an anime culture? Do you know the answer to that, or would Ryan know?
Ryan is doing research. Okay, so my first ever interaction with, or impression of yandere, I'm going to say that, because
I'm going to trigger so many people.
Am I? Like, are you... It's just... You're saying you don't even know what it is, but you know how to pronounce it?
Well, I know that's not... I know that's how you not pronounce it.
The reason why I pronounce it is because the first touch I ever had to that was when Markiplier played Yandere Simulator, and that's exactly how he pronounced it.
Oh, well... I mean...
Did you know there's a language called Javanese?
Yeah, I do now.
I don't know. I just feel like it's such a white way to say that.
Well, maybe, but what if that...
Yandere.
Do it again.
That was Japanese, yeah.
Yandere.
Yandere. He's right. That's how you say it.
Okay.
So it's not yandere, white boy. But...
Hey, you know what? Markiplier is even half Asian, and he was saying yandere.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Markiplier's racist confirmed.
Against his own kind.
Yandere.
Just like I'm racist against Peruvians.
What is a yandere, Ryan, for our viewers and for me, because I don't exactly know. I know what a tsundere is.
So as Google defines it, yandere is a portmanteau of two Japanese words, yanderu, meaning to be sick, and dere dere. I'm probably not saying that right, but whatever. I'm not Japanese.
Perfect Japanese right there.
Which is defined as strongly and deeply exhausted, infatuated, moonstruck, head over heels, or love-struck, but in this case used for love-struck.
Okay, that's basically what I thought it would meant.
Yeah, in the games, like, and like, there's a game called Yandere Simulator, which we were talking about that just a little bit, how Markiplier did a playthrough of that, as I'm sure a bunch of people have, but he's the one who I've seen do it, and
he says yandere.
He does.
He does, but that's besides the point. But yandere, in this particular case, she's obsessive to the point where she'll do anything to be with the guy that she loves, including kill.
Yep.
Like kill the guy or just kill people?
People.
And I guess.
Kill people that she views as a threat.
Killing the guy wouldn't make sense. Why did I even say that?
I mean, no, you're not wrong. I mean, it's
so
like,
they're basically in love so much that it's a disease practically.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where they'll dig through your trash to find used Band-Aids of yours and keep it.
Which is accurate. Because that's probably what
you
would do. Yeah. No. It's not
that's accurate. I've done it.
So it's like the ultimate stalker, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
Okay.
fun, Ryan. That's a fun game you're playing there, I'm sure.
I mean, did you have fun though?
I never played the simulator game.
No,
but
no,
the visual novel. Yeah, it's. I mean, I like playing games where, like, you don't know exactly what your decisions are going to cause in the future.
Yeah.
It's fun to see to have that suspense, to see, like, oh crap, what is this going to cause, or what chain of events is this seemingly insignificant decision going to make, or going to cause, you know?
Okay.
I mean, so I don't know if this will really spoil too much of the visual novel, but like, how yandere is the yandere in this game or novel, whatever? Because like, there's probably certain levels of yandere in certain.
Unlike the
animes.
Yandere simulator game, she can be fixed.
So she can become not yandere.
Well, kind of.
Basically, you just have to gain a lot of weight, and then she's over you. I am not
Wow.
fat shaming.
Because,
Maybe a little.
Because he is fat. That's
I'm the fattest.
I'm fat shaming him.
Please do, because it works. Anyway, so that's what we've played this week. Great. So what happened this last week, Nick?
Well, this.
It's just a little known event. Not many people heard about it.
Well, so I was taking out the trash the other day, and this thing happened. And we're talking about E3, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about me throwing out a body recently. I mean, anyways, E3.
Yandere, right there.
Yes, so E3
They
happened.
never said it couldn't be a guy.
Yeah.
That's true. But yeah, so E3 happened this past week. For those that don't know what it is, I don't know why you're watching this video, but it's the Electronics Entertainment Expo. It's where a bunch of nerds who most likely don't have girlfriends get together and talk about video. I'm just kidding.
I would like to actually know the statistics, the demographics of that.
I'm completely kidding. There's plenty of nerds have girlfriends. It's a meme. But yeah, it's basically the big nerd convention. It's like, I'd say it's like Comic-Con for gamers.
Well, yeah.
But, I mean, gamers do go to Comic-Con, but like E3 is like the gamers Comic-Con, you know?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause
Yeah.
Comic-Con can be for other people.
But it's all for announcing, basically, for game developers to make announcements for the next year.
Let people know what's up.
Or even this year as well.
Yep. And so if you saw our episode last week, we did an E3 predictions panel, and Ryan wasn't there, so he didn't get to make any predictions. And now Keefan's not here, and I can't even recall what predictions he had. Do you remember?
I don't really remember. He didn't really talk about predictions, though. He just kind of talked about what he wanted to see.
Well, let's hope he got what he wanted to see. But as far as predictions
kinda
go, I made mine. I thought it was surefire because, and what mine was that Kingdom Hearts 3, that the date was going to be announced, the release date, and it was going to be the end of this year. Beginning or end of November, beginning of December, sometime around then. That's when most of the Kingdom Hearts games have come out, like sometime in the fall. And I was right and wrong. I was mostly wrong though because the release date was announced, but it's not coming out until the end of January.
Which is close to the end of this year.
Which is close, but technically, it was supposed to come out this year, and they moved it back. Like they've basically done this whole time. So I was wrong on my prediction, but they did announce the release date. It had mixed reactions. Some people were fed up that Square Enix would delay the game again and again, and even though they had a release date, and then you had people on the other side saying, hey, at least you have a release date, at least you know when you can play it now, and it's better that they delay it than rush a game. And rush a game, they've been working on this for years. And I don't exactly know how I feel, especially because I still need to play some of the games before I can even play Kingdom Hearts 3, but I plan on doing that.
I heard that you didn't need to play the other games.
Yeah, but I mean, you should though. Like honestly, at this point, I mean, I know what happens in the games. So if I played Kingdom Hearts 3, I would be fine. But I really don't see how someone could play Kingdom Hearts 2 and go straight to 3. Just because of with Aqua, Ventus, and Terra, so much backstory involved with those with those guys. I just don't see like them
Yeah,
reintroducing
like-
them in this game.
Like, I don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
So like my concern is that I have the systems to play the other games,
Well,
and so I don't want. I'm not about to dish out an extra $1,000 just to play those games.
you don't need to. You don't need to dish out.
It would not cost anywhere close to that much money, but
So we'll,
Well, to buy all the systems. and
no.
everything.
You don't have to. You don't have to, because they came out with the games on the different systems, but on PlayStation 4 they've come out with their Kingdom Hearts 2.8 and then their
the collection.
essentially. So I only have to buy 2 different games, and I will be able to
Yeah, but I
play.
would have to buy another PS4.
You would have to buy a PS4, but
Which is
they're
like-
Cheap now.
if you buy a PS4 for $200,
Cheap, like what, $400?
No,
they're not
200.
even close to $400.
Like $200.
you get a used
can buy
one for $200 off.
Yeah.
Like
And that's
off
actually
Facebook Marketplace.
that's where I was actually looking.
Yeah.
And funny story.
Mine was $270 from GameStop used.
Funny story.
So-
I was on Facebook Marketplace looking at used PS4s to buy, and I always ask the question, "Why are you selling it? What's up with it?" And one guy said, he was selling a bunch of stuff as well, and he said, "Well, I got evicted, so I'm going to be homeless, so I don't need it anymore." And I'm wondering, like, is that supposed to make me feel bad for you, so I buy it? But either way, it was kind of funny.
The point is, like, I wouldn't want to spend, even if it's just $200. I don't want to spend $200 to get to buy a $40 or $50 game, and then like that's really the only reason I would buy a PS4 is for Kingdom Hearts stuff.
Well, that's what is crazy about this is because you have an Xbox One, you'd be able to buy Kingdom Hearts 3, but you would need a PlayStation 4 to play the other ones.
As far as we know. We don't know.
Well, I mean,
And
yeah.
I was talking to Nick about this the other day about how I was hoping that they would come out with that collection for Xbox.
I would hope too, because I think I would prefer that. Because again, as good as PlayStation 4 is, there's nothing else drawing me to it. I can play all the games I want on PC that I would want to play on PlayStation 4. I'm just not.
Because you don't care about the other exclusives that much.
I mean, I don't.
Yeah, you don't want to play the Spider-Man game. You're not into God of War. The Last of Us.
And I can play God of War on PC. I can play Last of Us on PC.
Oh, PS Now, the streaming service.
I don't know. I just know that I can.
Well, you can play The Last of Us through the PS Now, which is their streaming service. It's not that great though. I've heard. I don't know about God of War. I don't know how you play God of War on PC though. Maybe an emulator.
I thought you could, because I thought I saw some streamers playing it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
You can stream from a PlayStation easily.
Well, I know you can, but these streamers are PC streamers.
Well, plenty of PC streamers have consoles.
Right, yeah, but
They played it on PlayStation.
these streamers, I've never seen them ever talk about consoles.
Yeah. Well, they probably just wanted to play God of War because that was like one of
Maybe.
the biggest games for PlayStation
Maybe.
in a while. But
The
point is, like, everything you want to play is on PC. So
Yep.
there you go.
And, I would be ecstatic if Kingdom Hearts 3 came out on PC. It would feel a little weird, but I would definitely play it with the controller.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, like I said, how the Kingdom Hearts community is now a cult. Kingdom Hearts is no longer a mainstream game because they've basically lambasted their original followers, their original audience, with these, esoteric games on different systems, and so the community is like a cult itself, but with that comes a lot of, like I said, a lot of good memes. The Kingdom Hearts community is actually pretty good memers, and the amount of memes that came out about this were so funny. I'll have to show you guys some more later, but I wasn't disappointed by that, and so I was happy. Either way, I was wrong with my prediction, but let's hear what Nick has to say.
All right. Well, I was wrong about basically all of my predictions, so this is gonna be
we
fun.
suck.
Yeah. So the predictions I had written down was Smash 5, which has a name. It's called Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which is the best name for the Smash game, honestly. It does not have a September release date. It has a December release date,
Christmas.
December 7th. And I am very disappointed, actually. I think that's too far, personally, but I mean, there's nothing I can do about it because it's not going to come out earlier. But I was really hoping for September because, like, I know Pokemon does come out in November, and I don't think it necessarily will overshadow Smash because they're basically different games and it's a month buffer. But no, actually, it's not even a month. November 16th, December 7th is not even a month. But I don't know. I don't want to get Smash. I don't want Smash to get overshadowed by Pokemon Let's Go.
I don't think it will.
Because I don't really want to play Pokemon Let's Go all that much because it kind of goes away from the other Pokemon games. And, like, I don't want the Smash to do bad. Not that Smash is going to sell horribly, but, like, you know, I really want Nintendo to continue making Smash games, even if Sakurai doesn't make any. And Sakurai is the director, the creator of Super Smash Brothers. And for years he's been saying, I'm not making another Smash game. I'm not making another Smash game. And then he kept making Smash games. But I really do think
I'm happy about that.
I really do think that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate will be his last game because it has all the fighters from every Smash game. It seems to be this huge, like, love letter to the fans because he made the game faster, which is what Melee fans like, but it's also still kind of casual for Smash 4 players. But I know, I just want the game to sell really well, and that's why I also just don't want to wait that long. I don't want to wait till December. I want to play this game now because it looks so good. But there's nothing I can do about it. So
on that note, it has like everyone.
Yeah, from every game,
Everyone.
every single
Even
game.
Snake.
Yep, Snake is back. Pichu is back.
Dr. Mario.
Well, Dr. Mario was in 4.
That's right. Toon Link.
Toon Link, he was in 4.
Young Link.
Young Link, yes, Young Link is back. Pichu is back. I already said that.
I'm freaking Pichu.
Who else did they take out? Who did they take out from? Wolf is back.
Didn't they take out a Pokemon?
They took out Pokemon Trainer, and now
Okay.
Pokemon Trainer is back.
Okay.
Apparently they did. I saw an article, a pretty funny article about nerfing some of the characters, how they nerfed Snake's butt.
Yeah. So
What? I guess
guess
I haven't played in a long time.
Well, yeah. So
Is that the R-rated DLC?
no. Certain body features of characters from previous games got nerfed in 5 in Smash Ultimate. So
Oh, that did happen with Samus.
with Zero Suit Samus,
Zero Suit
yeah,
Samus,
she
yeah.
is not as
Busty.
busty.
Yeah, exactly. Described it perfectly.
Trying to for our feminist viewers, which is 0, we're trying to make sure we don't piss them off.
Well, you know, I'm
Pissed anyway.
I'm okay with that. I don't care. I mean, I also never paid attention either. If you're actually
Yeah.
playing the game and like you're playing for what it's supposed to be, you just don't think about
But I
it.
just saw the article. They're like, it was on this comic.com or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, people are talking about the nerf to Snake, and people are outraged or something.
Oh my gosh.
And so I looked at the article, and then it's like people are outraged about his butt being less defined.
Oh my gosh. The internet is so ridiculous.
You know, they could have said
my
nothing
God.
about Zero Suit Samus or Snake. I would have never noticed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good classic internet trying to make a big deal out of things that don't matter.
Right. Crazy. But yeah, I'm excited for that, and I am excited for the Let's Plays that will come with that.
Oh, there's gonna be so many. I'm gonna play that game so much.
We better move in together.
But yeah, we may as well. But yeah, no September release date. I'm sad. I have to wait half a year. But hopefully that means that Sakurai makes the game amazing, and that he listens to the community. And because the competitive Smash community is huge right now, especially now that this game has been announced, and they really want Sakurai to get this one right because they feel like the last game was kind of too slow for competitive play, and there are just certain things they didn't like about it. And Bayonetta is apparently super broken in Smash 4 because her combos are basically impossible to get out of almost. So they're hoping that she gets nerfed. And so Bayo was played so there was an invitational, right? A professional tournament was hosted by Nintendo officially at E3 for Smash Brothers. And some of the best Smash players came and played, and one of them played Bayo. And so Sakurai was watching, right? And when one of the matches, like, Bayo basically completely annihilated this other player, and it seemed like there was no counterplay whatsoever. And Sakurai was basically shaking his head, like this game, I am nerfing this character to the ground. She's not going to be this OP. And so everyone's kind of happy about it because they were sick of Smash 4. But yeah, you guys don't know a lot about the Smash competitive community, but talking to the viewers here.
I'm the best in it.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on from Smash though, I could talk about Smash for hours, so I'm going to stop before I get ahead. Another prediction I got wrong is that the new Assassin's Creed game will come to the Switch. It didn't. There's no announcement for it. It's called Assassin's Creed Odyssey though, and it takes place in ancient Greece.
I thought it was going to be a mashup with Mario Odyssey.
No.
They would meet.
But I think it's funny that it's called Odyssey, because now people are going to talk about Odyssey and they're going to be talking about two different games. So
Kind of like how people mention, oh, I like watching Avatar, and you don't know which one you're talking about.
Now you got to clarify.
I heard they are making a second one of those.
And they're calling it Ava 2.
This is why you're not in the movie business.
I am in the movie business. We are filming right now.
But yeah, so no Assassin's Creed 4, which I'm kind of disappointed about, because Ubisoft has done a really good job supporting the Nintendo Switch, and I'm just really shocked, honestly, that they didn't put the game on the Switch. But
shooketh.
Yeah, I'm shooketh. Maybe they'll announce it later. I don't know. But no Assassin's Creed port for the Switch. Animal Crossing announcement did not happen, and that's one of the announcements that most people are upset about. Because people are actually saying that Nintendo's E3 presentation was pretty bad. Because they spent 25 minutes on Smash and like only 20 minutes on other games. And a lot of the games they showed we already knew about. So people are kind of disappointed.
Here's a question I have really quick about that.
Yeah.
The reactions to E3, surprise me every year. Yes, there's always like cringe moments at E3 where like something didn't go right. Fine, I get that. It's funny. Mm-hmm. But like, it seems like no one is ever pleased. Like, yeah. I mean, at least the people on the threads and message boards are always like, this E3 sucked. Xbox, this. Yeah. And like, I mean, I don't know. Like, are the people who organize E3 and the developers, are they just out of touch with what the fans want, or are these people just loud and annoying? Or
I would say maybe a little both, but I'd say mostly just the loud and annoying part, because like if you think about it, like whenever you see reviews of anything online, you're gonna see mostly bad reviews. It's because the people that have bad experiences with something,
they're more likely to say
something than people who are pleased about it. And so I'm thinking that it's mostly just people being just louder than the people who are actually either don't care or are just okay.
Or they're just satisfied.
True, yeah. I mean, like, I'm probably in the camps of like, I don't care and I'm satisfied.
You got Kingdom Hearts release date.
I got Kingdom
That's all
Hearts.
you care about.
I mean, I do care about more stuff. Like, I care about Smash, but I don't care that much.
Yeah.
I'm not such a fanboy that, my emotions are connected to how well they present it. So, I mean, I don't know.
Plus, complaining seems to get them more views.
It's true. Complaining does tend to draw more attention. I mean,
on that note, I hate E3.
Well, I guess since I'm the one that's probably followed E3 the most, especially post E3, like reading everybody's reactions, mostly Nintendo reactions, but I've also followed the Microsoft community pretty closely after E3. So the majority, from what I've read online, the majority of people think that Microsoft won E3 this year. Like, everyone wants to say who won E3 this year. Like, that's a thing every year. Is like, who won E3? Who had the best announcements? Who had the best presentation? Most people say it's Microsoft this year, which is ironic.
And why? Why are they saying it?
Because they just showed constant stream of games. It was game after game after game. They showed over 50 games in their presentation, and 18 of them were exclusive games to the Xbox platform and the PC platform, Windows platform.
Right, yeah.
And then 15 of them were world premieres of games that we didn't know about.
So is what Kiefer was talking about last week about, hey, Microsoft, give us games. You've talked about your systems and the technology, but give us the games. Mm-hmm. So did that come to fruition?
Yes and no. I will say yes because, so pretty much every game they showed was multi-platform, mostly. So most of these games that were shown are going to be on the PlayStation 4 and some on the PC as well. But some of them are going to be Windows exclusive, Windows 10 exclusive, and Xbox exclusive. But the thing is that the reason people are saying Microsoft won is because they felt like Sony and Nintendo didn't show a lot of games. Like, Sony focused on basically 4 games. I think it was The Last of Us 2, Spider-Man,
Kingdom Hearts,
Kingdom Hearts isn't a PlayStation exclusive, but
Oh, yeah.
it's a Square Enix game.
Yeah.
But I don't remember what other games they talked about, but they only focused on like 2 or 3 first-party exclusives, so they didn't show a lot more. I didn't watch the Sony presentation though, so don't quote me on that because I might be wrong. But people are just happy with Microsoft because they just show game after game after game. And Microsoft has the Xbox One X now. They have the most powerful console right now. And they have the Windows 10 PC platform, which has even more powerful hardware. So they feel like Microsoft won because they're making it about games. You know, like, here's our platform. We have one of the best gaming platforms, and we have all these games to show you from these developers. And that's what they did. And that's why they think Microsoft won E3. Whereas Sony and Nintendo just kind of focused on some first-party exclusives, but not a lot of everything else. And there were some disappointing things that happened in the other conferences. For example, Animal Crossing was the thing I predicted, and they didn't announce Animal Crossing. And everyone's really mad about it. Like, they're really upset, the Nintendo community. They're like, we wanted Animal Crossing, Nintendo. Why didn't you talk about it? Why did you talk about Smash for 25 minutes? So, I guess to answer your question, like, yes and no, you know?
Okay.
But other things, I guess I'll talk about Nintendo for a second now while I'm on the subject. So Nintendo showed a lot of... So they showed a new Fire Emblem game. They showed Smash. They showed a new Mario Party that's coming out.
Yes. Like it's called like
Super Mario Party. I mean, it looks like it's going back to its roots in a way. So I guess...
Which is good.
There was a Mario Party that everyone hated where you were stuck in these cars. And, like, it was just a horrible experience. I never played it because I haven't played a Mario Party since, like, GameCube. So...
Yeah. Mario Party 2 will always be my favorite.
Yeah, the N64 one.
I have that one on the Wii at home.
It's my favorite.
Yeah. But so yeah, there's a new Super Mario Party coming out that looks really good. But then they did like a rapid fire segment where they showed a bunch of upcoming games, and a lot of them were games we already knew about or that were already out on the system. So people were like really upset. Like, you're showing us games that already came out or we already knew about. Like, where's all the new stuff, you know? And then they talked about Smash for 25 minutes. But I think the difference is that the difference between Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony, I guess, is that Microsoft just likes to show off a lot of games, but Nintendo really likes to focus on just those 1 or 2 games that they have coming out for their system. Like, Nintendo has said in the past, we only talk about games that are coming out really soon. We don't want to talk about games that are like a year or 2 years away. So this year they just focused on Smash. I was okay with it because I'm a diehard Smash Brothers fan. But maybe a lot of other Nintendo fans are not happy because they don't like Smash and they wanted to see more. So they feel like the Switch doesn't have a lot coming out for it this year, which I disagree with, but that's a discussion for another time. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, but that's the gist of what I've read online about reactions to Microsoft and Nintendo.
Okay.
So
I mean, but for yourself, did you come away like, this was great, this was good, I'm happy, I'm
satisfied. I came away from E3. Microsoft's conference made me want to buy an Xbox One X. I know I have a really good PC with really good hardware, but at the same time, I don't have a 4K monitor, and I don't want to go buy a 4K monitor. So I kind of like, I kind of want to get an Xbox One X now because Ryan and my roommate Adam have an Xbox One, and I can't really. There's some games I can't play with them anymore. Some games I can play cross-platform with them, but other games I can't. And some of these future games, I actually kind of want to play with them. So I'm kind of like, well, maybe I need to buy an Xbox again. That's what a conference should do. When it comes to Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, is that their conference should sell you on buying their platform. You know?
Yeah. And on that note, Sony, I guess Square Enix did that for me because, I didn't talk about this last time. I wasn't planning on playing the other games or buying the 2.8 remixes for Kingdom Hearts. I'm going to now. I'm going to buy a PlayStation 4. The question is, so I can play those games and then play Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm going to do it. I can't not do it. After seeing the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3, I just knew I had to because it made me feel like how I felt when I first played Kingdom Hearts 1. And if it did that...
Nostalgia, dude.
If it did that, then they sold me. So that's what's going to happen. And so I would say, yes, I'm satisfied because that was what that's what I was anticipating. And the game looks good. They came out with announcements of new worlds such as Frozen.
Frozen,
which will be pretty good.
And that was odd. That was a given. Like,
Yeah,
how would they not
but-
put it in?
Tangled.
Tangled had been confirmed a long time ago, but now that we actually had more, video of it happening, and so Tangled is one of my favorite movies,
I love
and
that
to see Sora, with Rapunzel and oh gosh, I'm forgetting his name, Flynn.
Eugene.
It made me be like, I have to play this. It also will have a Ratatouille minigame.
Ooh.
It will, and this was already confirmed as well, but it's going to have Baymax and
Big Hero 6?
yeah, it's going to
Nice.
have Big Hero 6 in it.
Cool.
So yeah, they are doing well. It's going to have Monsters Inc., Toy Story.
Are they not throwing in any Star Wars or Marvel stuff?
No, and I wouldn't expect them to. And
I guess that was
Kingdom Hearts has never really focused on that, though. And Disney, I don't think when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, Disney had Marvel or Star Wars.
yeah, they
they definitely didn't have Star Wars.
yeah, basically, the whole shtick with the Disney is that they wanted it to be classic Disney stories. But
then they threw in Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm going to say that's where they kind of went off the path. And Pirates, though, has always been Disney by itself. Marvel hasn't always been Disney by itself. Star Wars has never been
See, I just
Disney.
figured that after they got the rights to Marvel and Star Wars, I thought they...
Maybe that's why they kept delaying the game.
Right. And
I guess not.
people speculated that, but in the Kingdom Hearts community, no one ever really believed that was going to happen. It would just be too different. Now, Pirates of the Caribbean is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3, and they're actually going to be dressed up as pirates. It looks really good. And the voice actor for who did Johnny Depp in Kingdom Hearts 2 was not Johnny Depp, and he's not voice acting it for this time. It's probably not Johnny Depp, but there's rumors, there's speculation that it could be, since they didn't hire the original guy, which would be cool, because they have Kingdom Hearts has been able to get some original voice actors to do voice acting, like Alice in Wonderland. She's older now, but she did it. She did the voice. And there's plenty of others. I won't get into it. But anyway, I'm excited. E3. Thank you for
E3
that.
was a win for you because you only cared about one game, basically.
Pretty much.
But I think to continue this discussion, we've kind of gotten off track a bit, but I kind of wanted to talk about something else when it comes to E3 and expectations.
Go ahead.
In the Nintendo community, everyone says, every time Nintendo announces that they're going to talk about, so Nintendo announces their games in things called Nintendo Directs. And that's what they had at E3. They called it the E3 Direct. And every time a Direct gets announced, everyone's like, okay, temper your expectations. Don't think they're going to give you everything. And like everyone says that, and then the Direct happens, and then literally everyone gets mad. So I think you're right about it's always just the loud minority. It always is, because I think the people that did temper their expectations really did temper their expectations, and they're not yelling about it on forums. They're like, okay, I tempered my expectations, and I actually was pleasantly surprised about this specific announcement. So I have nothing to complain about. I think people go into E3 with too high expectations because, look, yes, we want our game developers to give us games and good-looking games. We want them to give us in a timely manner, but they're human too, Like they have to put time and effort into these games, and they can't give you everything that you want. You can't expect that from them. You can't expect things, but when Nintendo says we are only going to talk about games that are coming out this year, don't get mad at them for not announcing a 2019 game, Like everyone was like, why didn't they talk about Metroid Prime 4? Because they gave us basically a JPEG of Metroid Prime 4 last year. They didn't even update the logo for it. Like that game is not anywhere close to being finished. Why would they talk about it this year? Why talk about a game that's not going to come out for 3 years? I don't want that. Like, I don't want to get all... I mean, I know you're a Kingdom Hearts fan.
Right,
but,
yeah, I've lived through the pain.
But, like, you've lived through that pain, and that's why I think people just have their expectations too high for things like E3, and then that's why the loud majority complains so much, because they get their expectations... They want everything, Like, I want Kingdom Hearts 3 and 4 announced, and I want them to come out at the same time. No, that's not realistic.
Right.
But yeah, those are my thoughts. Is that people just have too high expectations for this sort of thing.
I mean, it honestly isn't always the best community.
It's not. No. I mean, the gaming community can be pretty brutal.
Yeah.
So.
It's not the friendliest.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right. Well, thank you all for your thoughts on E3. Well, so now what we're going to talk about is it's essentially we wanted to have a little more casual conversation with gaming. And what we're going to be talking about is just some of our favorite gaming memories. And just, spur the conversation of like, oh, I played this was great, I played that with you, and let's just see where it goes. Let's hope it doesn't last 5 minutes.
I'm gonna start since I had like next to nothing to say about E3. One of the things that comes to mind, there's a couple games. First is the first Super Smash, the very first Super Smash.
The 64.
Yeah, the 64 version.
Mm-hmm.
I remember playing that a lot with when I used to live in Indiana, and all my friends were older. Or like 3 or 4 years older than me, and so they were all like way better at video games than I was, and so I played Super Smash with them, and I always got slaughtered. But then when I moved to Utah again, and I started making friends that were my own age, I destroyed them at Super Smash because I was trained by kids that were older than me, and that's just like better, more developed, and and so that I trained with
Master Yagami,
yes,
or whatever his name is,
Mr. Miyagi, yeah.
wax on, wax off,
and,
with the
smash on, smash off.
And so I loved playing Super Smash, even though when I was a kid and I kept on getting destroyed, but then going from being destroyed to destroying, no one liked playing Super Smash with me.
I liked playing.
I mean, they would always end up teaming up on me. I mean, everyone would always have fun, but like whenever I was playing with 4 people, everyone would be like, "Get Ryan!"
That still happens now.
And then another game that I played a lot was the 007 or
GoldenEye.
Because I mean, I had a 64.
All right.
Growing up.
Before you move on,
Uh-huh.
let's talk about Super Smash 64 a little bit, because obviously I have some things to say about it, especially with in relation to you. I remember we were driving down from Lagoon down to your house in Richfield, and we were playing that game in your car on the little TV. Do you remember doing that?
Yeah.
That was so hard.
You guys got an N64 in the car?
Built in.
Yeah, because
they had built in.
No, just kidding.
No, because it was that old white van that my family had.
Oh, yeah.
And that had a TV, and that it just flipped down, and then we could, because of how the 64 worked, we could just plug it into the.
Where did you plug in the power cable?
I had, and so you'd have an adapter.
Yeah, you have a power adapter.
They plug into the car power adapter.
So that you can plug in the console.
Yeah, but then you did have the yellow, white and red input.
All the input cables, the composite cables.
It just happened to be there.
Huh.
And so we would play, and it was great. And I remember, because we didn't play a whole lot before that, and then we played, and I remember I almost beat you. It was great. But since then, I mean, that game itself was like, I don't know. It was like it was gold. Mm-hmm. It was just an amazing game at that time, where it combined all these different characters together in a unique fighting, system never before seen.
Yeah, it was. What's the word that we were
innovative?
Innovative. It was innovative for its time. And I remember, because when I first got it on the 64, I'd already played a lot with my friends before, and I got it for Christmas, but my parents tricked me because I told them that's what I wanted for Christmas, and then my Christmas present came in like in a silver box about like that big, and the way that it was wrapped, I'm like, there's no way this is Super Smash. And so like I think I was like 8 or 9 at the time, and so I cried because I thought I was
a baby.
Get my Super Smash.
And then I opened the box like almost reluctantly, and then my parents had just taken the game out of the original box and just stuck it into the box to trick me.
Nice.
You know, I did something like that once. This was in college. There was a friend of mine. She was a girl. It was her birthday, and her favorite restaurant was Olive Garden. So I got an Olive Garden gift card, but I put it in a gift card box, a Victoria's Secret gift card box, and then put that in a gift bag with the gift wrapping. And I had the Victoria's Secret person like spray the scent on it. And what was so funny is that like her parents were at the birthday and a bunch of friends, and I was like, here it is, you have to open it, and you have to open it in front of everyone. And she was nervous, but she knew that I probably, you know, I probably wouldn't do that to her.
She trusted you.
Yeah, but I was talking
Rookie
to her.
mistake.
Well, I was talking to her parents like after that, and I was like, so what did you think was going to happen? And they were just like, we were just on pins and needles, not knowing what was going on. But anyway, funny story.
And then I had a similar experience with GoldenEye, 007, because I grew up, you know, like I said, with those friends that were older than me, and so I always had to kind of grow up in an environment of just.
You had to learn how to.
I had to learn how to defend myself, and so after I moved out of Indiana, and then I would play games like 007 with, like, my dad refused to play this game with me after playing with him so many times. I remember one particular time. I'm not sure if you were there, but it was when we lived in that apartment in Richfield, and I think it was one of the times that you came to visit. It was you, Cammy's brother.
We did play that game.
It was you, Cammy's brother, and I think maybe McCord. Do you remember McCord?
I remember the name.
Anyway, so I think it was, and then it was you three versus me, and we were playing with golden guns. And
we were all on a team.
Yeah, you three were on a team versus me.
Was there friendly fire?
No, like you couldn't shoot each other.
And let me guess how it ended.
Yeah, I won. Because you guys started off with an early lead, because and you guys were cornered the golden guns, and so I had zero access to those, and you and McCord were guarding them pretty well, but then Daniel, Cammy's brother, thought it'd be funny to chase me down with it, but I killed him. Took his golden gun, and then I chased down you and McCord and just took control of the rest of the game.
You know, here's a little caveat to that. Is it easier to get, because we both, regardless of how many people were on a team, you had to get the same amount of kills. You had more people to kill.
Yeah.
And so that would make it, I mean, if all three of us were at you, you could probably maybe kill one, but then we'd always get that kill. But that's still just one. There's just one kill to one. And so I'm wondering, you know, how much that would actually play into it. Either way, you deserve that win. You know, excuses. You got it. You know,
did he though?
He won, and we didn't.
And even when it was like just one, like a free for all, I always won those. Like. That I just remember that because I was so proud of myself, because I didn't take into account the fact that I had more opportunity to kill than they did. But still, I mean, you guys could have cornered me long enough to keep me from winning. But still, that was one of my most
proud moments of your life.
Proud moments as a kid, just because of how, I guess, good I was at 007. I don't know how good I would be today. I've played some. I don't remember what the name of this 007 game was, but I remember I think I maybe played it with you maybe once. It came out on Wii, and you used some of the motion controllers, and it sucked.
I never played it.
I didn't like it that much, but yeah, Super Smash and GoldenEye. Oh, and Pokemon Snap. That was also a good one.
I want to see if that's on the Wii store.
It is.
We should play it.
I have it on the Wii at my parents' house.
Has to be a nostalgia Let's Play.
It was really good, because I remember it first came out when I was 8, and I had to sleep over with my
boyfriend.
Friend. Yeah, boyfriend. No, with my friend, and we stayed up all night playing and beating Pokemon Snap, and I mean, it was another one of those.
Did you take the picture of the Gyarados?
Yeah.
That one was hard.
And, like it was one of those games where you like innovative games where you wouldn't think that it would be all that good.
Exactly. I was like, what the heck? This is the first Pokemon game on N64 that I'm playing, and I've talked about this in previous podcasts, but you play it and you're like, before you know it, you're having a lot of fun, and you just don't stop.
Well, yeah, because like you when you think about Pokemon, you don't think about, oh, I want to take pictures of them. Like, no, like, you want to battle them and everything. And so, like, yeah, people initially are probably like, what the crap? But then playing it is a very, very fun game.
I'm glad that they did it. I mean, obviously, because it was great, and they did it right. But I just wonder how these conversations go in development meetings where it's like, all right, we need, Pokemon. That is so popular right now. What are we going to do?
Take pictures
of them. Let's develop that into a video game.
Maybe,
how did that, like...
Maybe PETA was breathing down their neck a little more at the time.
Probably not the reason, but... Yeah, just...
Well, yeah, because they had those pester balls that you could shoot the Pokemon with.
Yeah. Still, yeah, creatures for our entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Nick, those games, those three, I know you're a bit younger than us. Did you play those?
I've obviously played Smash 64. I didn't play it when it was on the 60, or like when the 64 was the new thing. But I went to friends' houses who had 64s and we played Smash 64. I was still young when I played it, but not like I didn't play it when it was new. GoldenEye, I think I have played GoldenEye on the 64, but only like once.
Oh, what a...
it was such a fun game.
I am sorry.
Yeah, I definitely played it, but I was probably so young, and I just don't really have very many memories of it. Pokemon Snap, I'd never played. The one Pokemon game, I think this was on the N64, Hey You Pikachu.
Oh, yeah, that was on the 64.
Really?
I did play that one.
I never did play that one, because to me that always... Even as a kid, I thought that was kind of a stupid concept, because I wanted to... Like, I had forced myself into Snap, which it turned out to be a really good thing, and it was either that or Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah.
And plus, like, you had to buy that extra mic or something for it.
I didn't have the game, but somebody
And
else
so... Like, I was never interested enough to have my parents buy it for me because, I was a kid. I didn't have money.
Yeah.
So I wasn't going to...
So you choose your battles.
Yeah, and I chose not to battle them.
It was such a weird game, though. Like, every time I tried to talk to Pikachu, I felt like Pikachu wouldn't respond to me and didn't hear me. Like, it was actually a really frustrating game.
That's what that's what I heard. Is that
I saw a Peanut Butter Gamer do a playthrough of Hey You Pikachu, and yeah... Like they thought it was another one of their innovative ideas that just didn't.
Yeah, it's like the virtual boy all over again and stuff.
Yeah, because they had that voice command thing, which was unheard of at the time.
It's probably ahead of its time.
And so the technology just wasn't there yet.
Yeah, Nintendo's made a lot of things that were ahead of their time, honestly. But,
I mean, I commend them for trying to do that. Just sometimes. Maybe they want to be the first to do it, that it's not quite there.
Yeah.
And then people can learn from their mistake and then improve on it. Real quick on GoldenEye. So you maybe played it once.
So in that game you had to aim with those yellow buttons, right?
No.
Not the yellow ones.
No.
The yellow C buttons.
You could.
I know you could.
You normally, so like you only had one orientation, which was just the one joystick, which would make you turn and walk.
Oh, gotcha.
And so in the game, it never had to be an issue of like usually you would just turn and that's how you would shoot.
It did have some
people wouldn't be above you, people wouldn't be below you. But if you did need to, you could like scope in a little bit.
You would hold on like the right bumper, and then like you could aim with that. And then because of the orientation of how the game was aimed, that's why people hated Oddjob, because he was shorter. He was so freaking short, and so people actually had to aim down to hit him. And so it was whenever someone was Oddjob, they usually won because he was a lot harder to hit than everyone else, because everyone's at a normal height. and they don't need to move they don't need to aim at all. But with Oddjob, they had to actually aim down, because just shooting normally, you would shoot over his head.
Yeah, and there in the campaign there was some auto aim,
Okay.
so that helped too.
I never played that. I played multiple.
I liked it for the campaign.
The campaign was good.
The campaign was really good. And not to keep talking about this, but universally, it was just so great for so many people. I remember I was in a film class in college, and our TA was showing a clip from GoldenEye, and it was like going, and she said, "By the way, best N64 game ever." Mm-hmm. And this is someone who I know was not a gamer, and then but then to make a declaration like that, it's just like, it was just so universal. Again, I can't really explain it. I wouldn't be able to say why, but it was. Mm-hmm. And childhood for a lot of friends, the childhood for a lot of friends, it brought people together. Anytime someone had GoldenEye, it was great. Sad story for me is that a friend ended up giving me GoldenEye. I never owned it before that. I always played it. I either rented it or played it at friend's house. And
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And now
good old Blockbuster.
Now ancient society that has since crumbled.
Yeah, but what sucks is that soon after I got it, the sound on my N64 broke.
Oh.
And the only way I can make it work is if I pulled the cords in a certain way, I twisted them, and then I'd try to tape it there and then try to play it. But then after a while, it just wouldn't work anymore. As a young kid, that was my life. That was my world. And what I would do now is I'll just buy a new cord. Yeah. Problem solved. But I spent hours and days and weeks trying to fix this because I just couldn't go. I mean, I didn't even know you could probably buy other cords. I just didn't know.
You probably didn't.
And it's not like for my birthday, what do you want? Oh, I want a new,
cord.
a new N64 cord. What? But it is a travesty that the game is not being sold on the Wii Store. I have emulated the game, and the performance
it wasn't the same.
It's just, if I can't play it how it's supposed to work, you just can't play it, because who knows when the next glitch is going to come in and just ruin everything.
Mm-hmm. I remember you showed me that emulator, and it just, it was fun, but it wasn't the same.
Right. If we had, if we were to ever do a nostalgia game for that, it would have to be on a system or a game that is flawless. Or otherwise, we'll just get frustrated.
Probably not going to happen then.
Yeah, because Rareware is just wants nothing to do with it. They don't want to sell any rights to anyone ever.
Well, as far as playing 64 games, one of my coworkers, Morgan, said that she would let us borrow her 64 to do some Let's Plays.
And has GoldenEye?
I don't remember.
We could probably find it on eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to think about that for another time, but
okay.
It is an idea. Well, I haven't really talked about my gaming memories, but your guys' game memories kind of between you and Ryan, right?
Sometimes Ryan we only knew each other for a year before he moved to Richfield.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. But we still made plenty of...
Yeah.
So actually, a lot of mine probably weren't with Ryan, and that wasn't even until 6th grade that me and him knew each other. So, so we have some things we can say, but I was playing video games for years before I even met him, and it being GoldenEye and it being Smash.
That was about when Melee came out, was about 6th grade.
Yeah, actually, so...
Wow. You guys are old.
Yeah.
When did Melee come out? 2001? Were you guys in 6th grade 2001?
6th grade, I think you're about 12-ish, so...
Okay,
I was 11, turning 12 in 6th grade.
Okay, Google. When did Super Smash Bros. Melee come out? November 21st, 2001.
Good. Nice.
So that's how old that game is.
I turned 11 that year.
Uh-huh. Okay, so yeah, it was when you guys were in 6th grade. Wow. I mean, you're not that much older than me, but that's crazy to me. Actually, a lot of my gaming memories are from Super Smash Brothers, but not the N64 version.
But from Melee?
From Melee and Brawl, mostly. But mostly Melee and Brawl, like, for the most part. I don't know which one. It's probably 50-50 for Melee and Brawl, but I have more memories, honestly, of Melee on the GameCube. Because I remember one Christmas morning when I was living in Arizona, I walked into the living room, and there was a GameCube there, and I was just so happy. Because, like, I had played this Melee game at my friend's house, and I just really wanted it. Since I was an only child and I got everything I ever wanted, my parents were able to get it for me. And, like, I was so happy just to be able to play Melee. It was a Sunday. Christmas was on a Sunday that year. And my parents were like, "No video games on Sunday" at that point in time, but they just kind of let it go because it was Christmas. And I sat there for like 3 hours Christmas morning just playing Melee. And like, the GameCube is such a nostalgic system for me. And I know that's going to make you guys feel a little old, but...
Yeah, a little.
I remember getting the GameCube when I was about...
20.
No.
No.
I was in 7th or 8th grade when I got a GameCube.
And when I was in 7th or 8th grade, how old was I? Probably 12 or 13. Like, let's see, what year was that? That was the Wii era. So, the Wii and the Xbox 360 and stuff. But the GameCube is where a ton of my memories are.
And
like, what were you saying?
I have to say, I have to give props to GameCube and Melee because that's... I was okay on Smash 64, but Melee is where I discovered Mr. Game & Watch. Yeah. And that's where my Smash playing abilities just went off. I main Mr. Game & Watch. He's my main. It has put me on a level playing field with most people. So, yeah, I just have to say, like, yeah, I mean, it wasn't the first that I played, but it was what actually got me good at Smash.
I've just had to find new mains for each of the different Super Smash games because Super Smash 64, I was good with Pikachu and Link. And then in Melee, it was Dr. Mario and Ganondorf. And then in Brawl, it was Zelda and Snake and Marth. I know you hate when playing against me and Marth.
No, I hate playing against you when you're Cloud.
That too, but I mean, well... You don't like Marth because of all the counters.
Oh yeah, that's
only
true.
One, but
yeah, but he does it so many times.
And and then in this new Smash, you hate because I'm Cloud, because as soon as Cloud came out, I'm like, I don't care how hard he is to play, he is going to be my main.
And he's good. He's good.
Yeah, he's good. He's a top tier character in Smash 4 for competitive play.
So, yeah, but yeah, with every consecutive Smash that's come out, I've had to find a new main.
I'm just too
loyal.
I'm too loyal, but I'm also just too, I don't know, I don't want to say this, but I guess I'm too lazy.
Well, it's that when... So think about it from Melee and Brawl. Ganondorf got nerfed hard.
He did,
Sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Game & Watch got better in Brawl. And so...
and I feel like most of his gameplay has stayed mostly the same.
Mostly the same, but he's a lot quicker on Brawl.
Well, yeah, and then Ganondorf, he was super slower in Brawl. And then they didn't really fix him in the newest, the latest Smash. He's still pretty slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of people really playing him. I mean, he's just a Captain Falcon knockoff anyway.
Yeah, kind of. Were you trying to say that sarcastically?
No, he is a knockoff.
Yeah, he is, and people are kind of sad about that. But he has a sword in the new one in Smash 5. So people are happy about that, but it doesn't really change how he plays. Wow. But anyways, back to, I guess, more of my gaming memories. Just the GameCube itself, I had so many games. I had The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Quest Edition on the GameCube, which is like the harder version.
It's harder? Is that the only difference?
Yeah, it's just, well, like, it's mirrored, I think, and it's harder.
So, mirrored, like it's just flipped?
Like they flip the game.
Why? What does that do?
Makes it harder.
Huh, okay.
But like all the puzzles were revamped. They're harder puzzles, harder enemies. And I never beat it, actually. The 3DS version of Ocarina of Time has Master Quest as well, but I still haven't beaten it. I still played the N64 version of Ocarina of Time. I just really liked the game. It's my favorite game of all time. So I had to get on GameCube. Another game I had on the GameCube was this game from The Incredibles, the movie. Like when that movie came out, there was a game that came out for it, and I just played the heck out of that. I remember playing as Dash, and I could hold like the Y button or something, and he would speed up. And do you know what game I'm talking about?
Okay, first of all, I don't, but that shows my age.
Yeah.
Because I just don't put Incredibles. It came out a long time ago, yes, but I just don't put it in my childhood memories folder.
2004. It was my favorite movie as a child. I was 8 years old.
And the new one just came out yesterday.
Yeah, it did. So, and they're making a game for it, but it's a Lego game.
Yeah.
Lego games are fun.
I don't put Incredibles in my childhood memory either.
Yeah.
Because we were about 14, 15 when it came out.
To be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm young.
We were like 13.
2004.
That was the year I turned 14.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Well, I mean, honestly, when I think of childhood memories, video games, I do go to N64 and PlayStation 2 first, but my first gaming console was actually the Sega Genesis. Now, Sega, I mean, I know that they pretty much just like transferred everything to Nintendo.
Because they stopped making consoles.
Yeah, they stopped. And
also, I have been playing Sonic and Knuckles on my Xbox.
The Sega Genesis version? Oh my gosh.
I got it's on the Game Pass. So I've been playing some Sonic and Knuckles. I did play that a little this week, but because I didn't really play that much, I didn't bring it up earlier. But yeah, it didn't.
Okay, so I remember Sega Genesis playing the Power Rangers game so much. Did you ever play Sega Genesis?
Well, yeah, we had a Sega Genesis. Remember?
Okay.
But we only had a couple of games. We had the Tiny Toons Adventures.
I played that.
The Batman game.
I played that.
And Jurassic Park.
I don't remember playing that one.
I guess we did have the Sonic games too.
Me neither.
Yeah. But I remember playing, like some of those, but also the Aladdin game.
I never played that one.
I know. And I just spent so much time on Sonic. It was so crazy because they had this game, or essentially back in the days version of DLC, where I had a game, a cartridge, but then I would go to Blockbuster and I would rent the like expansion port where I would put that into the console, but it had another port where I could put then my original game into that. So I had two games stacked.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what Sonic and Knuckles was. Like the main cartridge, and then there was and then you could open up the top of that one, and then you'd put this Sonic and Tails on it, and then you could
play as Knuckles. You could fly in the original levels in Sonic that you couldn't get to. So I would get, I would find more lives because I could just actually fly up to it. It was almost like cheating. But
Sonic and Knuckles is a big meme now. Did you know that?
Well, I know. Yes, I mean I know that there was the Knuckles meme, but
where they add "and Knuckles" to the end of every title for games now.
Oh yeah,
there's that.
That is funny. I've seen like Breaking Bad and Knuckles.
Yeah, now like when Smash Ultimate was announced, everyone was like, "Why didn't you call it Smash Ultimate and Knuckles?" Oh,
it's so funny. There was a Pride and Prejudice and Knuckles.
It would be hilarious. It'd be funny if they added him as a character.
They should though. I mean, do they still just have Sonic?
Yeah, Sonic's in there.
Yeah, I mean they have Sonic, but just him.
Yeah, just Sonic.
Okay. Well, that's funny.
Play to that meme. They should add Knuckles.
I saw this meme of, I don't know if you guys ever saw this. It was it's some comic of this this black kid putting whipped cream in his hand. And he says, "I want to prick my dad when he gets home." And he's like waiting by the door. And it like has the 4 panels. And it's like day 1, day 2, day 3, like day 400 or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But it was funny. So someone edited that and it showed
Waluigi?
No. Wario.
Oh, Wario.
Wario, however you pronounce it. Wario. It says, "I want to prank Waluigi when he gets into Smash." And it just shows him waiting there.
That's amazing.
Because he's never coming.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
I would be.
I hope you saved that meme.
I do.
I want to
do.
see that meme.
I'll show you. I'll show you it afterwards. It's so funny.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, childhood memories. That Sega Genesis was the thing, and then eventually got in the N64, and that just Genesis went kaput. On the N64, did you guys ever play Shadows of the Empire?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Is that a Star Wars game?
Yeah,
It's a Star Wars game.
I spent hours on that game, just hours. Like, it wasn't my favorite game. Like, I definitely liked Mario and Star Fox more, but just I think about because I got that game when I got the N64, and I played that game up until I stopped playing the N64.
I remember the Hoth level because
It's the first one.
You have to run from the. Is it called a Wampa? No, what is it called? A Wampa?
Yeah, Wampa in the Hoth.
Yeah,
The Wampa. Yeah, that's what it's called.
the big
Is it?
creature that has the
yeah.
big
I
bear
think it's called a Wampa. I might be wrong. Star Wars fans are cringing right now, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're called.
It wasn't in
I remember getting
Hoth, but they did exist elsewhere.
No, it was the Hoth level.
Yeah, the Hoth level. The Wampas, they were like snow.
Yeah, I know what they are.
Abominable snowman,
in the
basically.
movie, they are on Hoth, but what you're describing didn't happen on Hoth.
Oh.
Are you sure?
I'm
pretty sure that it was a level on Hoth because I remember the hallways looking like the typical Hoth levels.
I could be wrong. I just remember the first level was a Hoth level in the wow.
The airspeeder.
It's not called that.
Snow speeder?
Yeah.
No, snow speeder.
Okay. Wow. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but and you flew around that. You remember that?
Yeah, and then you have to go to the ground, which is why you have to fight against Wampas because Wampas aren't on any other planet,
All right. I guess
to my knowledge.
you may be right, but I remember you also had to play the equivalent. You had to fight against the equivalent of those that were sand creatures later on in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember coming across those Wampas and being scared out of my mind.
So scared, dude. Seriously, I'm with you on that. They scared me so bad. I remember I was playing with I was just playing it, and I had a friend next to me, and oh my gosh, I'm getting chills thinking about it again. This was on like the sand level, so it was the same thing, but sand.
Tatooine?
Probably.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but there's this one point where you have to like release them, and then you have to like run away. So you don't have to fight it. But I remember like I kind of got stuck somewhere or something, and then I turn around and he's just right there in front of me, and then I fell off a cliff. I literally was like I jumped out of my seat. I was like, ah! And I just remember I was screaming at the ground for 3 seconds ah! And just feeling so stupid afterwards. I'm I'm sorry that happened, but it scared me so bad.
The stormtroopers, it took maybe 2 or 3 shots to kill them, but as a kid, you just don't have that kind of the patience to find out how long. And so, but it took forever to kill the Wampa.
It took a long time, a lot of shots, and they would just walk at you slowly. Man, this is burned in my mind. Oh, jeez. And you know what also scared me a lot in that game? Were the little octopus things in the you'd go into the water in one level.
Oh yeah.
Later on, those I remember that same friend, maybe same friend. Well, I got to the part in the level. I'm like, all right, here's the controller. You do this, and I was literally just down the hallway because I didn't want to see it. I was like, you beat this guy for me.
You gotta beat him, man. I don't want to look at it.
And he had never played the game before, and so. I'm just I don't want to deal with that. Today I'd just be like, okay, jump into the water. Oh, there he is. Bam, 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 bam.
Well, yeah, because it looks like a blocky N64 monster.
Sure, but even if it was the best graphics ever, still, it's
You're an adult now.
Yeah. Something with the psyche with those things just scared me so much.
Huh. That's pretty crazy.
In that game, it wasn't a quick fix.
No, it wasn't. No.
And then once if you swiped you once or twice, you were dead.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So it was always you try to run away, and then like turn around and like shoot at him while he's walking towards you, and hope that you get enough in before he gets there. It's like, okay, well now I gotta run away some more and do it again. It sounds super simple now.
Yeah, like
now,
the
now that we talked about it.
It's like, it actually doesn't sound that hard.
It wasn't really that hard at all, to be honest. But
yeah. Anyway,
I feel like I can't talk.
We can talk about gaming memories forever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I feel like we've been talking a lot about the N64 and like Nintendo, but like I have a ton of gaming memories on the PC and the Xbox as well.
Freddy Fish.
I think in the interest of time, though, I feel like in the interest of time, though, like we could do maybe another podcast or another segment where we talk about more gaming memories, because I really would like to talk about PC.
But have it exclusive,
and
PC,
Xbox too, not just Nintendo, because I've played other games.
PC gaming memories.
Maybe we could just do like a PC gaming memories one,
And we'd probably
I do have some of those too.
Yeah, but yeah, I feel like the podcast has just been going for a while.
Okay, yeah, good. So I mean, obviously, lots of memories. We want to hear some of Keefan's memories later on.
In that next video, Keefan will be back, and then we can talk to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so that's it for today's podcast. Tell us about your favorite gaming memories as a kid, and how they affected you. Did anything scare you like they did for me and Ryan? Because, oh boy, that was a thrill ride.
Did games frustrate
That's what
you?
we're going to be working on soon is...
Yes. We have
what they'll be working on.
a horror Let's Play.
Nick too.
Just them.
We're about to record it, and it's going to be all three of us.
Just them.
But we're going to be together.
Just them.
And
just Monica.
So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.
On the All Chat Gaming Podcast.